Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ooh, doggy. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Think he's waiting for me to be nice, but I'm not getting on there. That guy's cool. I like that guy. He's a nice guy. Um. All right. So yeah, today I decided to bring out the steel armor suit. Right. Like I told you, I built my own bat suits. Where's the confusion? There is none. Right. The public knows that I'm amazing. I funded all this myself. Uh, paid for everything out of pocket. That's a boss, right? I mean, get done running my own food truck and restaurant, basically, and put all that money into my business. All this stuff costs money, man. You know, the thing is, I'm going to be wearing, 100% steel armor, right? And on an actual bat pod at some point. Okay, I'm going to be in a different suit too, because we're going to be making different suits out of different materials, titanium, aluminum alloy, pretty much everything, right? If I have my way, right? I mean, God willing, right? And it seems like God is pretty set on his plan for me, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he seems very adamant about telling me what to think, what to do. So, I mean, I have faith in God, man. You know what I mean? Like, even when it gets tough, the tough get going. Feel me? But I don't have a choice. I have to believe in God. I mean, you always have a choice, but that's the choice I made, to have faith. You know what I mean? Genuinely, I just do. I believe. But yeah, I had actually done like 100 pull-ups today. Here, I'm gonna have to release these videos real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, so I think they should all be out now. Public, I probably have like a few more or one more. Well, I actually have quite a few from the other day, from yesterday, that I can upload to today. Um, we got to run this checkup, man. Like I said, I need donations. You know what I mean? So far, like I said, we received zero support, zero donations in a while. I don't know what's up with that. It has to change. It's not negotiable. It just has to change, right? Other than that, like I said, this steel armor costs money. This suit costs money. Everything that I build costs money. I'm a big baller, and I stay making dough and investing into myself and my business and what I do, right? I stay figuring it out. I stay making dough, stay making money, right? At the end of the day, I know what I'm doing, right? I kind of want a new cape, but like I said, y'all have to donate to help me with that too. And I have to see like what kind of material I actually can use for the cape too. That's the thing. I mean, when you're wearing this stuff all day, you know, it's not easy. So it has to be a material that's right, you know. So I don't want to just take my chances with anything. That's why they make them out of certain materials. Later on in the future, I'll have a cape that's probably made out of Kevlar and stuff. That's very protective. It might be a little heavy. I mean, that's the concept in the movie, is that y'all think it's easy. I mean, you can't wear some real heavy suit and then expect to function at full capacity or for a long time. You know, you're gonna need like breaks in between. I mean, it's all good when you're filming a movie, you know, and I think the concept for the new Batman was pretty spot on as to how the suit would have to be built. Yes. Um, but like, I don't know, like it's like I mean, that's a movie. It's not an actual functional suit, you know. You know how easy it is it to build something like that that's functional. I can do it. I know I can do it, but I think I need a 3D printer and I might need a team, and I'm going to have the right money and budget and resources to work with, unless I just pay a company to do it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm going to have different ones. I'm going to have to just build one modeled after, you know, every film of what I've seen depicted and make them to the best ability that I can. The stuff that's on the forearms, you can't have that. I highly doubt that you can walk around with that. I don't think you can do that. Not when it's like the real thing. So what the forearms is just going to be steel probably, or titanium. It'll be a protective covering, but it'll be flat, right? And then, you know, we go from there. You know, we have to follow the rules and do everything right. It's just that simple. But what you need is something proofed on there, you know, to make sure that it protects you. As far as the movie is depicted, I mean, you can't run around having forearms like that. I mean, it's just bad news all around. I mean, you don't want to do that. That's not smart and that's not wise. So, see, it's way different from the comics and the films when you're doing the real thing, because there's rules you have to follow. We have laws, you understand? And it's just about, you know, being careful and cautious and caring about humanity, you know? So I have to build these suits a certain specific way. They have to be up to snuff. And that's why I would never have time for people that want to just sit there and act like they're saying anything to me, like I'm busy. I got to focus. And these suits are all going to be built right according to my specifications, and they're going to meet all the criteria that I need, and they're going to perform their function. You know, people see me, and, you know, I think the other day they said something so you can fly, and, you know, they were kind of joking around, but what they don't get is, oh, I am going to fly. Without a doubt. I mean, I don't doubt that for a minute, that I'm going to fly. I don't, because I mean, all it really takes is money, and God's going to bless me with that and a budget. And they already have technology to glide, fly, like all that stuff with like the Michelin man kind of looking suits. So the flying, I think I can figure out on my own. Number one, how to create and build wings that fly. I don't even think that's going to be as hard as y'all think, honestly. I don't. I think it's we're going to require like little mini jet engines and turbo boosters. That's what I think. I think it's going to be one of the scariest things I ever try to do. Um, you know, and I'm terrified, but uh, you know, like I mean, there's just a way to do it. I mean, you got to go about doing it the right way. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I mean, we got to figure out somehow. You know what I mean? But I know that it's possible. I know that I'm capable. I know I can get to that point. It just, they have to be constructed right. Wings, everything, like some wings that kind of pop out maybe and extend. Um, you know, it has to have a proper infrastructure built to hold the wind capacity and hold me up with it and carry me. You know, so it is what it is, man. You know, I mean, that, you know, like I said, I mean, that'll definitely give me an advantage too if I start, you know, mastering it and getting better with it. But see, that's the thing. The technology they're creating, as usual, they have more technology than that, man, in these lands that are over Antarctica and stuff, and the ancestral lands. These civilizations are on this planet, bro, and they're way ahead of us. Hold on. But yeah, these civilizations, like when they talk about aliens, what I've heard, what I've researched, what seems to be the story is that they're underwater. They have underwater bases. And I think that's why the government was doing all those so called experiments, because I think they were testing and I think they were honestly trying to get them out of here. I think they were trying to get rid of them, which isn't cool at all that they just do that without the people's permission. And like, you don't do that to another civilization. That's not right. You know, I think Atlantis did exist, and I think our government is the reason why it doesn't now. That's pretty sad, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's one of them just gawking, right? Probably scared about it. But like I said, grown men and they be scared. It's hilarious. But like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, um, I believe Atlantis was 100% real. I think there's still civilizations under the water for sure. Um, I don't know how to explain it, man. I mean, my whole point is they have way more technology than what they're using. And as Batman, I mean, you're not going to be able to do what he did in the new movie, like have a little Michelin man suit and have to prep it and prepare it. It can't be that. It has to be a lot quicker. You're going to have some wings that pop out to glide. It's just guaranteed. I mean, this has to be quick. You're not going to have time to do all that. You get what I'm saying? Because when you're in the mix and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you know, whatever's going to happen is going to happen quickly. And then you got to get out of there wherever you're at. Right. So that's what I'm trained to do. That's why this is just my natural born calling, right? And I'm the best at what I do, always have been, always will be, best in the world, right? So, I mean, you have to have, yeah, everything has to be done quickly, right? That's why you need the other things so that you can be able to like attach to buildings, right? And then glide and swing, and then like I said, you'll have to fly, yeah, and it'll have to be on command, the way they depict it in The Dark Knight, where you hear like the wind ruffling under the wings for a second and then you land. That's how it's going to have to be, like real quick gliding. You know what I mean? And that's the concept of it. I mean, half his advantage is the element of surprise and being like a ninja and knowing how to blend in the darkness. I mean, that's why he does a lot of stuff at night, because he can blend into the night, because I'm wearing like all black. You know, I'm going to really be wearing all black when we get into this. So to where like none of my skin is showing. So people don't understand. I understand it perfectly. I know exactly what I'm doing because I'm the real thing. There's never been a real thing outside of me, as far as we know, and people have talked about it, research. I still think there was one in medieval times, but that's my own thing, my own observation. But there's another honk from the highway. We're getting famous, boy. We're getting real famous. People are paying attention. It's a big deal. I'm sure Elon Musk is paying attention. I'm sure he knows who I am. They told me in the readings he does. I don't really care. I mean, like, I know your money ain't real. I know you sold your soul, and I know you're reptilian. Now, you want to put a deal on the table, make sure that it's with money up front, right? And at least like $1 million. You know what I mean? Straight up. I mean, you're gonna give me you're gonna have. I mean, if it's a deal I'm being offered, anybody, I mean, they're gonna have to give me at least over 100K, not as an advance cash up front, so I could do what I need to do. And I need a lot more than that for my budget for what I'm trying to build. See, you people are thinking small. I'm thinking way bigger. I'm thinking like where I'm going to be in like Poland and Ukraine and like riding around on bat pods and steel armor like this, where like I'm completely unstoppable. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't understand, bro. You're thinking small. I think on a whole nother playing field. That's why money means nothing, because God produces my budget. That's why all I did was just say, I just responded, and they can't respect my response. Like, what is that? My response is, I don't understand what you're saying, because based off of my track record and how I do things and just normal logic, which is what all this is about, is having logic. I mean, it explains itself. The money comes, you compete. When you're the best, and you compete with whoever thinks they're the best, and I prove I'm the best. Talking about money is irrelevant, bro. Like, I'm a 35-year-old young man. What does money matter to me? That doesn't even make sense. Money is not going to get you the girl or get you a woman, bro. I don't know how y'all don't get that by now. Not a real one. Not one with any self-worth or that has any value. You feel me? You're gonna have to meet somebody real who actually cares and is a normal, wholesome person. Feel me? I'll be back.